Hey everybody, and welcome back. My name is Sue and I'm from OML Embroidery, and today we're going to do a really cool design. But first I wanted to show off my quilt that I pieced together. I'm so happy. I am so happy. It looks so bright, it's glowing. I did a video. This is applique. This is AccuQuilt. And I did a video on how I appliqued everything and what I used for it, because I found something really cool. So what do you guys think? Let me know. Next step is to quilt it, and I think we'll be doing that next weekend. We can pick the quilt designs and go ahead and do it. So there's that, a little bit of quilt talk there. I'd like to mention that Björn...
What happened to Björn?
Björn got kidnapped. And he's kind of a little worse for wear.
Looks like he's been playing outside.
Yeah, Don found him outside in the backyard covered in mud. So, yeah, poor Björn. So Björn's going to sit off to the side here. So, on to today's. I know. On to today's. I'd like to let you know that I did some experimentation yesterday. Poor Björn, I know. Where is the quilt pattern from? It is a quilt kit from Missouri Star, and I just love it. So, experiments. You ready to see? Dun 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 dun. This is what I experimented on. I wasn't a very good show off because it was not the right way around, but you know. Can you zoom in a smidge, Don? Is it possible?
Yeah, just give me a second.
So I experimented. I did one, and my goodness, these are beautiful. So I wanted to show you guys what I did. So I experimented. Now, this is Mylar. Anything blue is Mylar. So these flowers are blue Mylar with organza over it. And then I played around with different colors. This is red Mylar. This is I guess, the blue Mylar with purple over it. So I really had a lot of fun. It seems to hold up just really well. Now, generally, you can't, like, I put the plastic over the Mylar. It was really hard to trim out, but these are really small. I'm doing the smallest size D. And the plastic over it is going to protect everything. So I thought, hey, let's check it out and try. I really like how it turned out. The Mylar kind of adds something to it, I think.
It looks amazing.
Yeah, it took a long time. Like I said, it was a little fiddly for cutting. But if you're really, really careful, because Mylar is pretty delicate, and what you normally do with Mylar is that you put some stitches over it to hold it down. Well, this is not designed for Mylar, so you have to be careful. If you rip it, you don't want to do that. So yeah, I experimented different colors. Some of them look really good. Like, I think this flower is probably the best ever. I think it looks great. So we're going to make a companion set or a companion block. I'm going to get my bundle of goodies here. So I just have, this is like an organza scrap buster kind of thing, because you don't, for this size anyways, you don't need too many pieces. So the idea of this is, even if you only have a few colors, you layer it. So look, 4 layers of red makes it really red. But if you take 2 layers of red and 1 layer of, let's do 1 layer of yellow, you get a whole different color. And it's kind of groovy, I think, this color. You could do the opposite. 2 layers of gold. You could try purple. This is like a really light purple. And that's kind of shimmery, this one. But see, it gives it a whole different look. So you can kind of go crazy and have fun randomly doing it. Okay, that's too many layers of purple. That doesn't work. You got to be able to see through it. So dark purple over the red, and it's a whole different color.
It's cool how you get your shades with it. Like
Yeah. Anita Goodesign set out a whole part about it. And I had fun. I experimented with just about every color, the greens, and well, the Mylar was extra, the whole bit. So it's quite fun. I think it would have been a lot easier on a bigger one, but I was just experimenting. So, and I don't normally experiment on a huge design. So let's go over to the machine and we could get started stitching. Okay, so I have about 1/4 of a bobbin in there. What do you think? Should I risk it? Should I risk it?
bobbin chicken.
I don't think I'll make it for all the satin stitches, but maybe for this part I will. So 7511 needle, it's what I always use. This is the no-show mesh cutaway that I get from Super Punch that you can get on Amazon. Super easy. I'm just going to be using black thread because that gives it the look. You could also use kind of like a dark gray or gold. Have you ever seen stained glass windows that are, you know, the glass, the colored glass can be outlined in gold or brass or something like that? It would be perfect. So anyways, that's what we have now. I always mention I cut down my stabilizer. You shouldn't. I cut it down so you guys can see everything if I had the stabilizer all over the place. When I'm not on camera, I just leave it. But we want you guys to be able to see. So, placement, of course. Placement. You can see the pretty one that we're going to do today. Isn't that neat? I'm hoping it turns out really well. Lot of appliques, but it's worth it. I'd like to do one bigger. Not the biggest, but I'd like to do one bigger just to see. So, just a square. It's a 5x5 square. And now we're going to put down the batting. And I'm just using the warm and natural batting from Debbie Mitchell. Thank you, Debbie Mitchell. Shout out. And it's going to stitch it down twice. And then we need to trim it so it is not in the seam allowance for sure. Looking good? It's a little washed out because everything's going to be white. So, bobbin chicken today. I haven't played in a while. Felt the urge. Perfect. Alright, there we go. Wait for its little dance. Dance, there we go. Okay, now let's go back to the desk and give this a trim. Please, Dawn. So when I was doing this yesterday, I had little pieces of little pieces of the Mylar all over the place, little pieces of the organza all over the place. It was quite a disaster because I was trying different combinations sort of thing. It was a lot of fun though. It's kind of fun to mix the colors. And I was thinking, if I was doing this bigger, doing kind of like an ombre of flowers with different colors. I think that would look pretty cool.
That would be cool.
Yeah, I think that would end up being really, really pretty. So, now the nice thing is for this one, you only need little pieces. Oh, do I have a tear?
Uh-oh.
Oh, poop. Okay, that sucks, but that's okay. The show must go on. I don't think I can get rid of it. Oh, so close. So close. We'll put it in the middle.
Maybe it'll get covered up.
Yeah, maybe I could get lucky with that. All right, back to the machine. Now, normally, of course, I would go and change it, but this is just demo, so we'll leave it. And I can't get out of my desk anyways to go get another piece. If you want to do a black background to make the colors all look a bit darker, then you could do the stitching in silver. I think it would be cool. Yeah, oh well, that's fine. So, this is just like applique, but the applique we're using is organza. And organza is very fine. So you could do, you know, maybe 4 layers of organza sort of thing. All right, so I'm going to skip the stipple stitches because they take a little while. It would probably help with my background problem, but that's okay. So we're going to start off with placement right here. And the part that we're doing is just this little part around here. So we can pick our colors. And now remember, I'm only doing the 5x7, so it's kind of small. I struggle a little bit with the stitching.
It does look really good though.
Yeah, it's beautiful. So, okay, for this one, I am going to take the red, and I'm just cutting a piece off because I didn't pre-cut any of it because I'm just kind of going with the flow on this. So I'm going to do 2 layers of red. So use some tape, hold it down. It's not going anywhere, but just be careful with your fingers, of course, and don't hold your hoop with any amount of force. Better to use tape. So that's our first part. Oh, it's so shiny and beautiful. Gorgeous. What's that?
That camera froze.
Okay. Can we... Yeah, great view. Can we go back to the desk cam? Hold on.
Desk cam.
And I'll...
You're gonna have to switch the screen cam.
Just going to turn it off and on. And give it a minute. It probably won't work, but...
Fingers crossed.
It's okay. We have a backup. We're at the desk, right? Yeah. So you can hear, it's not like cutting fabric.
That one just froze.
Which one?
Desk cam.
No?
It just unfroze.
Okay.
It's okay.
Okay.
It was frozen.
So, anyways, Don keeps interrupting me today,
I'm just letting you know so that
ruining my train of thought.
Sorry.
2 layers of red. I like it. So the plan on this is doing all the appliques. And by the way, if you don't have any organza, you can still do this with fabric. Either plain colors and you put the plastic over it. You'd still get a similar look. Not exactly the same, but you still can. Now, I'm not being too careful at all here because I know we have big stitches to go over it, so we're not going to worry. He's interrupting you because you didn't introduce him. Everyone knows who he is. Can we go back to the machine? We probably got bubkiss for the machine, right?
Yeah, we have nothing there.
Okay. Can you go to the other camera then so I can set it up, please? Thanks. So, how did we do this before? We did something like this.
Something like that.
How did we get it closer? Yeah. That's not the best. let me move it over a little bit. Excuse us, we're going to play some music or something. La 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 la. Sorry. Terribly sorry.
That's a pretty good shot.
Yeah, does that work?
That works.
Alright, so I'm going to move the useless camera out of my way, which is really nice because I can see my hoop. So, yeah, for sure. Awesome. Alright, so the next one we're doing right here. We're doing it in the middle of this. So, maybe I'll change, see how big it is. It's still kind of small. That's okay. How pretty is this going to be? How about purple? A couple of layers of the dark purple. So it's bright as the other one. Okay, I'm just doing it. Just hacking out a piece. It's kind of nice that it's small pieces. So 2 layers of purple. Might not be as bright as I want, but that's okay. We're going to start mixing in the next ones. So it's literally a lot of applique. It's awesome though. So you can style your own stained glass. Ooh, the next one's big. You can't see it anymore, but it's big. All right, back to the desk, Don.
Desk's up.
I have the organza like everywhere, all over the place. But it is easy to cut out, so I'm pretty happy with that. Because it doesn't tear, but it almost tears.
I like how it looks.
So far, so good. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm not going to cut out the purple center, because our next piece is going to be larger, and it also includes the center. So I think it will look good. Now, what are we going to do for colors? Stick to the purple and the red, but maybe we'll do purple with this over it. This is kind of like a shiny off-white kind of color. All right, back to the machine, Dawn. And we are going to stitch the placement, and then we can figure out what colors we want. Beautiful, isn't it? Beautiful. So if I layer another purple and then do like that shiny one over it, this will still look darker, which is the fun part of it. It's the fun part. Colors show up great. Isn't that awesome?
It is.
These
Pink
could have...
eyeballs in the bottom corner.
Oh, can you see them still? Yay! Yay! The colors look fantastic.
They do.
So, maybe a side view is where it's at. Except for it can't be attached to the desk because it shakes. That's a great view. I love it. So that's looking good. I wish these were all attached, like with no trims, but so far, and it's a lot of fun to use layers of it. I kind of think that's really intriguing. Again, if you're going to use the Mylar, just it's delicate. Just be really careful with it, and you must put the plastic over it. I think they said like 8 gauge vinyl. You have to put that over it to hold it, to keep it safe. So I did it, but I mean, I haven't used it on anything or for anything. So, but I think it'll be fine. It worked. Control. Oh, we're trying to figure out about the chat. Haha. There we go. So, that's awesome. Such a fun design. Again, I think bigger would look really nice. Really nice. So I'm thinking we should do a mix of purple and red for this bigger piece.
Yeah.
I think that might look good.
Yeah, it's just layers of organza.
It kind of is, yeah. It kind of is. I don't know. I changed my mind again. Hee hee hee. Hee hee hee. It's easy to cut, and for this one, you can use the smaller scraps anywhere you want. So it's kind of neat. Lots of fun. And I don't think organza is very expensive either, so that makes it a little bit easier to get little biddly bits of everything. I've had this organza in my storage thing forever, I think. This colored stuff is a little bit different. Oh, that's so pretty. And I want one more. Yeah, hold on, I'm working on it. I thought I would have it done in Time Machine. Time Machine, get it? Haha. Just 2 seconds. You can hear me snipping. Now, here we've got it. One layer of purple on the bottom. One layer of, oh no, red's on the bottom. Let's put purple on the bottom, then red, and then this shimmery one. Let's see how that looks. That's kind of orangey. Oh, I like it. What do you think?
It's kind of shimmery, so it's hard to tell.
Oh.
It looks pink.
Oh, really, needle. It's kind of awkward right now as I'm holding everything down. Use tape, I guess, if you're doing layers like this. Okay, foot up. Oh, camera spot. Awkward. I'll survive. There we go. Oh, I have organza everywhere. It's just everywhere, Dawn.
I see that.
So, all right, this is a little awkward. So yeah, use tape, please. It's a good idea.
Do you need a hand to push the button?
I need 4 more hands in general. Okay. Fine. Now I'm off a little bit on some of the colors, but I'm interested to see how it's gonna look, because it will have, I'm doing it on purpose, because it will have like a little bit of difference in the color. Yeah, it's really nice. Once it gets started, you don't have to worry as much. It's all stitched down. I'll keep my fingers out of the whole thing. But tape would be good. So the color is kind of like a light orange. Scoot over here and look at it, Dawn, and tell me what you think.
Yeah.
It's kind of neat.
It is.
You guys will
Looks
be able
good.
to see it better when I do.
Now that it's tacking it down, you can pick out a little bit.
A little bit better.
Yeah.
Can you do a needle zoom? Yeah. Perfect. So it's kind of orangey. This layer right here is really shimmery. You can see. Isn't that neat? And once we get all of the applique in place and trimmed, then we put down the plastic. And then after the plastic you do just like an applique, and then you trim it out, and then you do all your satin stitches last. So once you get through the applique bit, which is fun, but you know, then you can, after you put the plastic, just, you know, let it stitch.
I see what you mean, though. It could be a little fiddly if you're doing different colors colors for each one that it's doing.
Which you could do.
Which you can do, it would take you a lot longer to do. But it would look amazing.
I think it would be, again, a lot easier on a bigger one.
Right.
I find this kind of fiddly, but I mean, it's fine too. So put my foot up. I'm going to pull out some thread. It kind of got shredded a bit. Bumped the camera. That's okay. Doesn't count, Karina, because this isn't normally where we have the camera. Blech. Thread it and go. Yeah, if you wanted to do each petal a different color, you could certainly do that. Just take a deep breath and relax. But yeah, tape is what's called for sure. So these ones are going to be a little bit different. So I want to see, you can see it doesn't cover. And it might give it, oh, it does. That is so cool. Happy accident. Kind of accidentally on purpose accident, but, and this one will have the same thing. Going to just, wow, okay. How fun is that? So don't worry too much about placement because that's awesome. Now this one might get a little precarious. I'm gonna hold it up. There we go. So they're gonna be different even though I just have one, you know, thing down. Cool. Yeah. I don't know how well you guys can see the stripy ones, but it turned out really well. Accidentally on purpose. Now this is the last one here. And I think we have a couple more to do, but not many. They're just teeny tiny. We'll see what's next. Oh, there's a lot to do. Okay. This is why I didn't do the stitches. Okay, can we go to the desk? So, this is what I was talking about the stripes. I think it'll look even better in a minute. So, is everyone still with me on how to do this? Hopefully. Hopefully. That turned out really neat, too.
When did you use the Mylar on your first sample?
I put the Mylar down instead of Organza. Or on a couple of them, I put Mylar down first and then Organza over top. But again, it's not designed for that, and Mylar is very delicate. I didn't have to redo many of them, but one wrong move and you'll rip the whole thing. So it's kind of, you know, living on the embroidery edge a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah, I managed. I took my time. I think it was a good experiment because it didn't work. Or it did work, rather, sorry. But I am saying, again, it's not designed for Mylar. That's why I'm not doing it today on the stitch out. But you can do it if you want to take a risk. And it should hold up because it has the plastic over it. Yeah, trimming time is a lot. So, I'm gonna pull a trick here. I'm gonna take a little shortcut because I can tell that the next ones are these ones. Now I'm not going to do them the same color, the little flowers in the middle. So instead of cutting each part out, I'm just going to go around it, and that gives me layers already. So I'm going to put some purple maybe over it and see how it looks. So easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Yeah, whew. Get your trimming. Lynn, if you're at a practice for trimming, this is good practice. There's a lot. I did on some of them when I was using the Mylar, I did kind of trim the Mylar separately because it's so delicate. So anyways, it's a pretty color. I don't know exactly what it is, but I do like it. It's kind of like a light pink, maybe.
Yeah, it looks light pink.
Yeah, kind of, but not really. So, okay. Man, so you can see why I had pieces all over the place, because, man, gets everywhere. Sorry, Judy Quilt, in advance. This is going to be a bit disastery.
Are you going to have fuzzies?
Yeah, I'm going to have fuzzies. Now, I think I need to be maybe a little more neat on that. But look how this one turned out. This one has the extra purple, remember? Because I left it, and then I put this over top. And look, the stripes, I like it. It doesn't look like a mistake. I think it looks good. And we'll see how this one will turn out. So, let's go back to the machine. I may have to trim that circle down, and then you guys will see what I have planned. We're getting down to it, so we should be good. So these are the 2 circle flowers. 2. So, what color are we going to do those? Now it's going to stitch. This is the placement for the next ones. Now remember, I didn't cut it out, but you can see that it's these, petal-shaped ones. And I'm just going to put a piece over it and use the colors we've got for a whole new color. So 4 layers of organza we'll be doing. Isn't that pretty, though?
I like it.
Looks even better when the satin stitches start, because it's like, wow. Now, I know we've got some edges up on one of these flowers here because the way I layered it, but we are going to be putting plastic over it. So therefore we won't have to worry about it getting caught, because it will have the plastic on it. So great design for experimentation. If you don't have organza, or if you only have one color of organza, try using different colors of fabric underneath it. That'll give you a similar look. You can mix colors, sort of thing. I think it would look good. And then once you put the plastic over it, it's still going to look like stained glass windows. I was thinking batik fabric would look pretty amazing.
I would.
Yeah, even with a shiny piece of organza over it, I think it would be fantastic.
What do you need the vinyl for?
To make it look like a stained glass. It's a nice touch, I thought. I thought it looked awesome. But that's all you need it for.
That glass look.
Yeah, it gives it the shiny look. Even though, the organza is kind of shiny, I think it's more sparkly than shiny. It'll give it that look. It really is the detail that kind of makes it, I think. Plus, it's going to hold down all these little biddly bit pieces, right? So here is what I'm going to do. I've got my purple. It's a purple day today, apparently.
Purple.
And one layer is going to look pretty amazing. And it's going to make those pieces stand out. So that was easy. Use the layers you've got. Yeah, maybe don't zoom right in when my hand's there, Dawn.
It's already zoomed in. We'll zoom in.
So it's kind of like a light purple color. Now this is going to look cool. I can't wait when I cut it out. I want to see the differences between the one extra layer of purple and the other one. So far easy. Use the layers that you've got. You can see in the camera, you can see the shimmer and shine of the organza. It does look very pink, kind of. It's interesting. Interesting. So you can practice mixing colors and maybe have a garbage can around you, because, man, it's everywhere. The stuff gets everywhere. I think this is gonna be one of our last appliques. I can't see that there's any more. Maybe super tiny ones. Ugh, I hope not, because they'll be like super tiny. But what a beautiful design. So many different things you can do with this. It's kind of awesome. And I really do like the addition of the plastic, the vinyl, clear vinyl they call it. I keep saying plastic, but it's clear vinyl. And I didn't actually have any, so I cut up a clear vinyl bag that I had that was containing my Tula Pink quilt kit.
Oh no.
And it worked perfectly. It's probably exactly the same. And I'm all for using what you have on hand. That's what I'm doing today. And it worked out really well.
Thank you, Jill.
Thank you, Jill. Jill, I think you've been sick, haven't you, Jill? So I hope you're feeling better. Pardon me if I'm wrong, but for some reason I thought you were under the weather. But thank you very much. Thanks for everyone joining too. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Get your friends to subscribe. Every little bit helps to keep the channel going, which is something that we want for sure. And give it a like. Oh no, we are gonna do the little itty bitty ones. Ugh.
Itty bitty.
Yeah, they're too itty bitty though. You know what I'm gonna do? Am I gonna leave the purple? Alright, back to the desk, Dawn. Alright, so the moment. Is that your stomach growling?
Might have been.
Did you eat breakfast?
I did.
Oh. Okay.
Hopefully nobody else heard it.
Sounds like thunder. Okay, so very carefully I'm going to cut this out. And, oh, it's a beautiful difference. Do you see that?
Show how to do this setup on the screen.
What setup?
I don't know. That's the question.
Oh, sorry.
There's not much. It's just the order that they have it set in. You didn't change anything.
No, I never change anything from Anita Goodesign.
They do placements for everything, and
Yep.
then, you put down your stuff and it packs it down.
Yep. That pretty much covers it.
Thank you, Isabel.
Isabel. Awesome. Thank you very much. Every little bit helps. Maybe I can buy some more organza.
And vinyl.
And, well, yeah, maybe the vinyl. Maybe.
Maybe.
So, a little bit fiddly. I am super glad I did the big circle the way I did, because it looks really cool.
I like it.
It looks the different colors. I haven't even cut it out yet. You can't really see. So you can't like it yet.
I like it already anyway.
Favoritism.
Biased opinion.
Now, I hope you guys can see the color difference. So that was just a quick little...
It's lighter in like the center there, that what you're cutting out, you can see, yeah.
That's good. Maybe on the other cameras it'll look better, but I like it. I like it. So it's kind of light pink and then a little more purpley.
Yeah.
Orangey. Yeah. I guess I said light pink, but it's just a subtle change. How we doing for time, Don?
Well, it's 10:40.
I
20 minutes.
I don't know how interested I am in doing the little itty bitty ones. Like, I don't know if there's much point. Let's see how big they are, I guess. Because they could be white.
Candace says you need 2 of the pink snips to go around those small pieces.
Yes. Yes, I do.
You have some?
I don't have the snips. No, I don't.
Oh.
Thank you.
Crap. Now you're going to have to go buy them.
Yep. So, how pretty is that?
I like it.
Isn't that neat?
Yeah.
So, all these layers with just a purple, and it just changes the hue of it a little bit. And I kind of like that. And if you don't like the color that you come up with, you can just move your machine back a little bit and add another layer and see how you like that. I'm so happy. I like the stripes too.
Stripey.
Yeah. Now normally we wouldn't be able to leave anything like that, and this turned out really well too.
It did.
So this is that. Okay. Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? So pretty, says Cindy King. All right, back to the machine, Dawn. We're still okay on bobbin. So let's do the placement for, and like I said, because this one is 5x7, the small pieces, I might leave them white, to be honest with you, because, wow, that's a lot of tiny pieces.
It's a lot of tiny pieces.
Yeah, just because it's 5x7. I don't think it'll look bad. White? What do you think, Don? I'm not trying to be lazy or anything, but I don't know if the organza is gonna live through that. I gotta find my clear plastic. Where did it go? Oh no! Oh no! I might need some help, Don. Because I put it all in here and it's not in here. Yeah, no. I don't see it. Anyways, the stuff gets everywhere. Can you cut a 5x5 piece?
Yep.
For me? There we go. Light you out. Still stitching away. Neat idea to layer the organza. Never thought of doing that. Yeah, that's Anita Goodesign that came up with that. And it looks amazing.
Where is what you were cutting from?
Just over there. Well, it's not far. It's the Tula Pink. Okay, so I could, well, let's keep it going so it looks the same. But look how small these little things are. Again, big one would be easier. The close-up really shows the colors. Yeah, thank you, Jackie, it does. And it's that spectacular in person. This is true to colors. I love it. So I'm just, because this is 5x7, I'm just ignoring these small pieces. They can just be white, and I think it'll still look good. But I don't think the organza would hold up to that. So I really like this. I really like this. I am gonna do, thank you. I am gonna do a really big one, I think. I'll have to pick one that's really good. So now once this is done, So we're assuming I've trimmed everything out. Normally you wouldn't need to stitch it, but Dawn was still cutting the plastic, so I wasn't ready to go. So I had to wait. I gotta find there's a piece of clear vinyl on the floor somewhere that I'm probably gonna trip over. Look at all these lighter than air pieces that made it to the floor.
At least they're not bouncing around on the...
No, I kept it pretty neat for Judy quilt. So last couple of stitches. And this, the clear vinyl on the top, is just absolutely what makes it. Sue has taught us to fill in summary of your designs in your software. I tried to find a design I'm looking at, but I did not. Now I'm looking through a box of sew-outs. Yeah, we do that for production, Cindy. Everything that we do gets named, tagged, and, you know, the whole bit. Because it does make it easier to find. And original colors, that's the other thing that we do all the time. So in 2 years when they want to order something, we know exactly the color scheme it was. Especially if we do something different. So I'm just laying my plastic down. And it's going to stitch it down just exactly in the same manner. And it does give it a different look, but this is the super shiny part. Oh, I love it.
It's a different kind of shine than what the organza is.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Looks like glass. And then we're going to very carefully cut this out. It's pretty easy to do, and frankly, if you don't get it exactly on, it doesn't matter because it's clear. What size hoop are you using? I am using the 5x7. So it is the D shape for Anita Goodesign. That's the size. And I think it goes all the way up. They usually go to AAA. I'll have to look, but quite a bit larger. I found some of these pieces like it was hard to cut them out because it's so small, but I think they're stunning designs, and I think batik fabric, I think if you don't have any organza or if you only have one color, then lay down different fabric with the organza on top. So yes, 8 gauge vinyl, yes. Oh, I have it just in a box of sew out somewhere. Oh, I know, you'll find it. Fingers crossed, sending good luck your way. What a beautiful design. I think if you put this like right beside a window sort of thing, it would look amazing. So the plastic, the 8 gauge vinyl, I keep saying plastic, but I do mean vinyl. It's just on the outside of the design. The detail work is going to come in with the satin stitches, which is cool. A lot of detail. Oh, this is just holding it down. What a cute design. I wonder if these were... No, I guess not. I was going to say, I wonder if these were supposed to be leaves. Maybe these, the little parts, were leaves. So it only takes a minute to stitch everything down, and then we cut it out, and it really gives it a nice effect. So are there any questions on how to do this? Or options? At the beginning I showed you guys the one I did with Mylar. It was not designed for Mylar, but I did it anyways, so I'm not going to recommend it. It's pretty delicate stuff, but if you're careful, you can do it. I did, and it looks fantastic, but if you don't put the plastic over it, the Mylar does not stand a chance. Yeah, Jackie Cheek, exactly. Gives it that nice, glassy, reflective look. That's That's it. That's the detail from Anita Goodesign that I love, because you're exactly right. And people will look at that and wonder exactly how you made this.
It looks so much different now with the vinyl on it.
Yeah, it makes a big difference. And really, it's going to hold all those biddly bits in, and totally missed the beginning. I experimented. I can recap. All right, Dawn, back to the desk, please, which is full of organza. So you can see it's nicely stitched in. So the recap for Sharon is, this is Anita Goodesign stained glass florals or stained glass bouquets, and it's designed to be used with organza, but I did an experiment and I used mylar. And it's not designed for mylar, but I made it work. And because it's covered in clear plastic, where the mylar or organza would go, you can feel free to play around with it, because the plastic is gonna hold everything in. I probably look like I'm not cutting anything because you guys can't see it. It's shiny, but you can't see it. And I am doing the 5x7 size just because I was experimenting and I didn't have a whole lot of mylar. It is beautiful, but it also is a little bit fiddly, I found, because everything is so tiny. So I think a bigger size would literally look even better. So, yeah. But I'm just, kind of taking my time. I'll neaten it up a little bit. Just getting some of these big pieces out. And it looks good. It's so pretty the way I layered everything. Have fun with it for sure.
When you go to the website, it only offers it for 9.5 by 14. Where do you get the 5x7? It comes with all sizes, right?
Yeah. It doesn't, I think it probably says up to or something. I don't know, I never look on the website.
And Carolyn suggests that you change your bobbin before you do your satin.
Good memory, good memory. I'd like to point out that I did win the bobbin chicken because I said it'll last until the satin stitches, but it won't go for the satin stitches, so I laid down the rules and I won. Or I'm just saying I won, but isn't that awesome? So now I have clear plastic bits all over the place, which is okay. It's easy to cut. That's I'm thankful for. It's really easy to cut, but it's everywhere. Whew. Yeah.
A lot of trimming.
It would be so much easier on a larger one. However, 5x7 is gorgeous. Now, Anita Goodesign in general does lots of sizes, just from extra large down to a small. Now, they're not all going to be 5x7 as the smallest. It depends on the design. So, smaller designs, basically, smaller designs, less details, sort of thing. So, if it's a fully detailed design, they just simply can't put it down to 5x7. But they always tell you on their description. And I usually like to do the 5x7, the smaller one, or 8x8 is my favorite quilt block size. It's, most people do have 8x8. It's big enough, but small enough to see all the work on it. So it's usually what I do. And then if I have a whole bunch of rogue ones, they all fit together because it's all 8x8. But because I did my experiments, I just wanted to do it on a
That's
small
really
one.
good.
Isn't that neat, though?
Shiny.
It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. Now, I have not done the greatest job on trimming the plastic, but it's okay. Now, I'm not going to stitch out all of the satin stitches, but I will tell you, it does change how it looks quite dramatically. It makes everything a little bit brighter. It's really cool. What were you going to say, Dawn?
Valerie said she's having trouble finding the other sizes. I don't know that it lists it, but it should be in the file when you download it. You should get all the sizes.
Well, you do get all the sizes, not should. You do get all the sizes. Read the description. Usually they say it at the beginning. Do they not say like from 5x7 to whatever? I mean, you know there's 5x7 because I'm stitching it, right? Isn't that neat?
Awesome.
Isn't that neat?
I love it.
Beautiful. The colors are stunning. So let's go back to the machine. Thank you, Sue and Dawn. Yay. Okay, so I will change my bobbin. Thank you, bobbin police, whoever you are.
That was harrowing.
Very good reminder. Quite necessary. And I'm going to use my dime bobbins. See, they come in a little tube like that. Which I love them. And I love that it's in a tube. It's just takes up less storage room. So it's cool. So we'll let this start a little bit so you guys can see the magic of the black. And again, if you wanted to do with a black background, it'll change all the colors as well. All right, secondary camera that's not working. Get out of my way. The camera is in my way. I feel like an idiot. Come on. Come on. I'm suffering here, Dawn.
I know, sorry.
Are you amused with my pain?
No, not amused at all. It's annoying.
I'm annoyed.
That the camera froze. Silly.
It kind of is. I thought we were over that. However, we got it down pat now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of what to do.
Oh, we have that back up there, so it's nice.
It kind of works. As long as one of them works, we're good. So, okay, satin stitches. Are we ready? We'll just do some of them.
Very beautiful, Sue.
Okay, so a little bit of zigzag stitches. Oh, yeah. It just changes everything with the black around it. It just makes it awesome. Okay, got it. I missed the word to. Thank you. Awesome. Awesome. I knew they're usually really clear about everything, and it is really nice to have different sizes. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, it's nice that Anita Goodesign always does
Always.
whatever sizes are possible for
Yep.
the design.
You get them all. So, because I was thinking doing a large one and then fitting smaller to medium blocks, like all the sizes, to make it fit.
That'd be cool.
So it's like a big flower and a whole bunch of little ones. See how different it looks with the black?
Yeah, it really finishes it off.
It really does. And you can't see any plastic, any vinyl anywhere. And this is where all the detail comes in. Yeah, you can really see the shine and the colors on the camera. That's really cool. That looks great. See the little itty bitty piece that shows through on the ones that I didn't want to cut? Little small there, but yeah. Do you see how small it is? Yeah, I know. It's like a dot.
It's not even worth doing applique on
That's why I didn't. It wasn't worth the trimming time, man. Sometimes you gotta assess it. And I did. It's not worth the trimming time. So, that would be really cool mixing sizes. Yeah, that's the first thing I thought of. So Judy Quilt, hopefully I explained that properly, because I think that would be stunning. And you could do some quilt math and make everything fit.
Would you need to change your needle after sewing the line?
I would think so. Yeah, that's probably really good advice. I think I will. I got a whole bunch of needles, so I think yes. Yes, it's not normal fabric stabilizer, and it would probably dull it out. So you can see by that one side that we're stitching what a difference the black makes.
Yeah.
So unfortunately on the top one, that was my color stripe one, it didn't actually show up because the Satin Stitches covered it. So even if you made a mistake on the corners, on this one, it doesn't matter. And I think that one will get covered up too. Beautiful. So much fun to do. I did completely different colors than what I did before. Oh, I dropped some organza. So if you have any questions, you can head on over to the OML Embroidery University Facebook group, and I'll be happy to answer. This design is from Anita Goodesign, and it is created for layering organza. And actually in the instructions they have a nice idea list of how to organize it and how to make each block work. So it's awesome. And it's a lot of fun to do. Thanks for putting up with us camera dying. The Satin Stitches changed the appearance so much. I know. I noticed that yesterday and I was like, wow, before the Satin Stitches and wow after them, because it's shocking. And it's all the detail work now, so it really does change the design. The big flower in the middle has a lot of stitching in the center of it that makes it look even better. So there's 20 minutes of Satin Stitches and we have 16 left. So I think I'm gonna call it. If you guys want, I will... What size is your Satin Stitch? No idea. I didn't create the design, so... well, it's a good idea. Yes, I can show you my first one. It was just an experiment. So, let's see how that turns out. Yeah. Don's gonna zoom out. That's the first one I did. And I did mylar with organza over it. Layers of organza over the mylar. It's beautiful. And I'm just gonna say it again. It's not designed for mylar, so you have to be really careful. But I got it to work, and it's stunning. I just thought I would try it. Oh, the red and the purple are just going to pop. So, can you post the finished one when it is done? Yes, that's what I had started saying. I will post the picture. It's gonna take, you know, another 20 minutes to stitch out. So I'm gonna let this stitch, and I will post a picture in the group to show you guys what a difference the black one makes. So yeah, you guys should try this. It's really a fascinating technique, and I don't think you can go wrong with any colors. I don't think you can go wrong with it. I think they're awesome. So, thanks everyone for watching. I gotta clean up my organza mess everywhere. for sure. Judy Quilt says she's gonna start hoarding organza. Good idea. Good idea. I like the way you think. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, everyone. Thumbs up. Yeah, give it a thumbs up. This was awesome.